mean, look at this shit, right? This is where I'm at right now, right? Yes, I lost 400 grand, $400,000. Think about that. That's a lot of fucking money, man. Who loses that kind of money and then ends up at a place like this? Who? Please tell me. What up? It's a late January update. I've been busy, man. I've been fucking busy, all right? And truth be told, when you take a losing month like the one I had in January, you don't want to talk about this shit, Spencer.
That is true.
I mean, you do. Like, I knew I had to talk about this. I knew I was going to.
Yeah.
But then I just couldn't get the words out. I couldn't get the words out because I always like try to teach. I'm trying to send a message here, you know? But sometimes the message is, you're a fucking idiot. That's what the message is. And the market tells you this, that you're just a motherfucking idiot. I'm over here talking to my boy Spencer about January. January, I took a pretty heavy loss. And I just got wrapped up in Tesla. And ironically, what was Tesla at when I was shorting it first? 650? I think it was less than 650. I'm pretty sure. I think it was less than 650. You know. And today, as of today, this is Feb 4. The shit hit 970. Woo! The shit hit 970. You know, so. To be quite honest, 400 grand is not that bad. It's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. And I think once this thing tops out, you know, I'll be trading this thing for the next 3 months, basically. Next 3 months here. So I'm not too worried about it. And I guess the takeaway, you know, that I want to send to you guys, let me switch over this view. You know, the takeaway I'd say I want to throw out to you guys is, you know, as difficult as it is to do, right? I mean, these things are so easy to say, but they're so difficult to just do. The more you can, you can detach yourself from what happened, the loss, the easier it is to come back because it doesn't hold you back anymore. You know, it's not controlling you. You know, and I got over it pretty quickly. I was pissed off, trust me, I was pissed. And, you know, I'm still looking at this thing every day, so I'm definitely trading differently. But I'm starting to come back to my piece. So far this month, I haven't really traded it that much. Slowly just getting back to basics. You know, so these things are important. These things are super important to try to do. So not only in trading, you know, in life too. Bad shit is gonna happen. And it's not like I'm telling you guys to be freaking robots, because you can't be a robot. You can't really be a robot, right? We're humans, so it's okay to display the emotion. If you're pissed off, you're pissed off. If you're sad from a loss, you're gonna be sad. It is what it is. But the more you dive into that emotion, you know, and the more you stay in that zone, the more it's just gonna affect you, man. I mean, last year, before 2018, remember I went long Tesla for the 400.
Tesla 400.
Tesla 400. And I lost a $500,000 that month too.
Yep.
I lost a $500,000 that month too. And then the next year, I go on a $2 million run. You know, and we're new people all the time. We change all the time. The life changes all the time. Shit changes all the time. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This shit is up and running now, you know? We got people in here every single day. We're working here every single day. We're building shit, working on new shit every single day. Life goes on, man. Business goes on. And the more you stay though, the more you stay stuck in that emotion, in that feeling, depression, anger, sadness, whatever it is you want to call it, the more it just controls you. And the way you think, the way you act, the people that you're around, you know, it can really sink you down. So, you know, props to everybody who crushed that Tesla, by the way. There's so many people in my chat and so many people on freaking Twitter we're hearing about who had crazy lotto tickets that paid out big. $1 million, $250,000, people who have small accounts. But I guess the biggest takeaway I'll give is that if that money comes quickly, you know, because you hit a big winner, it's gonna go just as fast if you allow yourself to believe that that's normal. You know what I'm saying? This Tesla shit, this shit ain't normal. This shit ain't normal at all. I'll have a whole explanation on why I think what transpired in Tesla. But this is not the norm. This is some historical shit, what we've just witnessed in Tesla. And we're gonna hear stories come out for the next couple of weeks on, you know, winners, losers. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. But all in all, in the big picture, it's just another day. All right, so let's hit these numbers before we take a look at the statements again. I kind of want to just make a little public service notice right now that people still, it's 2020, and I'm talking about traders, you know, the communities that I've seen, and I've seen a lot of them. I've gone to a lot of major cities. I've met a lot of traders. I've been to a lot of these expos. I'm on Twitter aggressively, of course. So, you know, you guys all understand the sort of retail trading community. And there's so many different levels of it, of course. But still, throughout all the levels, people still really don't talk about their losses. They still don't put them out there for people to see and for people to learn from. I mean, think about it that way, you know, and I get it. I understand why. I do understand why, because you don't want to put yourself out there. You don't want to admit that you're wrong. You don't want to open yourself up to criticism. You know, you don't want people hating on you and all that kind. I've felt all those things. Trust me, I've felt all those things and have, you know, denied the sort of world the acknowledgement of the losses that I've taken just because I was ashamed of them. You know, you're just fucking, you feel like a piece of shit, whatever. You know, but there's a level that you're going to get to in your trading, or that you want to get to, where the losses don't affect you as much, okay? And slowly, you're going to sort of increase your tolerance, and you're going to realize slowly that the losses aren't as big of a deal as you think they are, you know? And then there's a whole group of people, of course, that never talk about any of their losses because they're selling a product or they're selling whatever the hell it is. And you know, I get it. I get why. You know, I get why. I'm in Puerto Rico right now, and the Forex community down here is pretty aggressive. It's pretty aggressive what they sell you and what they tell you as possible in the market. And although those things are possible, although it's possible to, on a name like a Tesla, put 20 grand on a damn call option and make $250,000 overnight, you know, although those things are possible, they don't happen every day like that. You know, the shit that happened recently in Tesla, and it's still going on right now, it's historic, man. It's historic. We're going to hear stories of the glory and the pain, you know, for the next couple of weeks, but we'll hear way more of the glory stories than the pain. I'll tell you that much right now. But anyways, let's take a look at the accounts. So you can see total here, a little bit under 400,000 for the loss. This particular account right here, remember, I had separated it for a SPY trade. I gutted that whole SPY trade because I actually got forced covered on some options that went into the money for Tesla because I was short the calls. So I was short Tesla stock in this particular account. I didn't even realize it until I was down like 40 grand. And then I looked at it, I was like, okay, I got the stock, so I'll just keep adding, I'll just keep adding. And at some point, it just got ridiculous. And by the way, all this is when the stock was maybe, what, $600? $600, something like that, and now the shit shot up to 900, 950. Imagine if I would have held all that stuff. You know, I really think about that. I really do think about that. And you know what else that makes me think about? You know, and we'll pause and I'll go into a little, segment here. You know what else that really makes me think about? Is that no matter what level you reach, no matter where you get to, no matter how much money you got, whatever, you're still at risk. You're always still at risk. We tend to think that once we have X, Y, and Z dollars, once we prove that we're consistent, we're never gonna be inconsistent again. And that is a motherfucking falsehood. Because you never know what could happen. This is a game here. This is a game of probabilities. Crazy shit is going to happen. Shit that you do not believe. Shit that you're going to fight. Shit that you're going to, throw more money at even when you're wrong. So you're never over it. You're always, always, always having to deal with the ups and downs. And the more you can just stay like this, even if you're happy and you just hit $250,000, like, that money doesn't matter. Even if you're sad and that, and you just lost $250,000, again, try to stay right here, because the more emotional you get, whether it's happy or sad, those things cause changes to your decision making as you go forward. Anyways, so all of this loss was from short calls basically on Tesla. I mean, I was aggressively shorting calls all the way, knowing too, like, I was going to get run over, and I had all this other shit going on in my life. And I just wasn't focused, man. I just wasn't focused. That's literally what happened. And I had these trades on, and I was trying to execute all this stuff at the same time. At the same time, I'm reinvesting back into Sang Lucci and Wall Street Jesus. I'm freaking, building that whole damn office out here in Puerto Rico. So you get attached too. That's what happened to me too. I got attached to the dollars that I made last year. And as I saw that money slowly coming out of my account, just to pay for all these things that I wanted to do, the stress came on me to perform and to get back that money that I spent, which is a horrible trait and a sort of emotional behavior thing to exhibit, because it usually ends up in you forcing, which it did for me for a while. Thank God I was able to just kind of step away. I probably could have lost a considerable amount more money. But anyways, those are the lessons here. Those are the numbers. I'm good. I'm good though. This year's going to be great. Puerto Rico is so live. There's so much going on down here, and it's just, it's paradise. It's paradise. I got nothing to bitch and moan about. Everything is all good. Post your motherfucking losses.